streaming universe, and I'm going to tell you why I have some issues with it. Now, a couple of things that we need to get out of the way, and this is full disclosure. Yes, I do have an account on Kick. This is it right here. You're looking right at it. That's me. That's officially, but I have it for two reasons. The first reason, earlier, like about last month, there was quite a discussion how there were accounts being created by just randoms and complete unknowns using the usernames of other streamers who are on Twitch, who have made it very clear that they have no intention of streaming on Kick, but accounts were created in their name anyways. So I mainly did this as like a placeholder. I do not want people using my username and just doing whatever they want with it. GodOfKnockers is a brand. It is a brand name. Only I get to go and do what I want with it. I decide that. So making accounts with my username on it, no. Without my permission, that's a definite no. We don't do that. The second reason why I have this account is because there are streamers that have most likely either left Twitch or were wrongfully kicked off of Twitch. And we'll talk about that some other time, because right now my focus is Kick. But either way, they decided to come here to Kick, and I've always said that I will support them no matter where they go or what platform they're on, whether I like it or not. So there's that. That's why you're seeing this account up here. The third thing that I want to make abundantly clear, I have zero intention of streaming on this platform. Alright? I don't care about the sub split. I don't care about any of that. That's not really a lure to me, considering all the things that are really, really wrong with this site. Okay? And we're going to go through it. I'm going to tell you what's up. And that's the end of the disclosure. But I also want to make this abundantly clear. Yes, I'm going to talk about streamers, but I'm not going to talk about small streamers. I know that there is a sizable portion of you guys out there in the streaming communities who want to stream on Kick because of the 95-5 split. I want to make it very clear, this video is not addressed to any of you. Whatever your reason for joining Kick, whatever the platform that you want to be on to stream, however you stream, whatever the reason, it is valid, it is your reason. I'm not going to shit on that, okay? I am not talking about you. So if you're a small streamer, whether I know you or not, and you see this video, be advised, I am not talking about you, alright? Everybody wants to make this a thing. We all want this to be a profitable career that we want to have and embrace and just grow. I understand that. That's what I'm doing. But this is about the Kick website, and specifically those that are, I guess you could say, the poster child for the site. Everybody else, smaller streamers, not about you, okay? Don't take it personal. I am not addressing you, okay? I'm actually doing this video for you to make you aware of what the fuck's going on with the site, alright? It took about 5 tries just to figure that out because I don't have a script and I'm shooting from the hip here. So, with all of that said, let's begin. The first thing that I find really just shitty about the Kick website is how much it looks like Twitch. Like, here is the main page. It's nothing more than a copy of just the Twitch website. That's all it is. Okay, that's not okay. That doesn't make any sense. It talks about doing things differently, it talks about being different, but yet it's exactly like Twitch. It's just Twitch with a different color scheme and a font. This is not okay with me. I feel that if you're going to do something original, that if you're going to do something amazing, with all the time and effort that went into producing this site, they could have made that same time and effort to come up with their own original design. This is not original. This is just a carbon copy. As a matter of fact, some people have said, hey, it actually is a one-to-one copy of the Twitch website. They just changed some things around. Now, that's small potatoes in comparison, but I think it's kind of an insult that you're saying that you are not like Twitch, but yet you look like Twitch. It's not so much a red flag as it is, why? I don't get the thought process on that. The second thing that bothers me is that while there are, in fact, terms of service, there are community guidelines, DMCA policies, privacy policy, terms of service, yes, it's all there. The enforcement doesn't exist, okay? I'm going to go to one channel just at random. And again, this is not a shot at anybody on here, okay? I'm not doing this to shoot at anyone. It's just an example. Um, like if there was a stream like on Twitch or even on YouTube, if there was a stream that was clearly violating terms of service, you'd be able to report that stream. Here, that doesn't exist. It shows the view count, it shows a follow button, subscribers if they're verified. But when you go to click on share, it just says this. It's just sharing. There's no actual way to report the channel. And I've looked. I've checked. I'm like, is it anywhere on here? It's not. There's no way to report this channel. No way at all. I can't do it. So if this guy was showing something that goes against the terms of service and the community guidelines, I couldn't report him. Okay? That's the problem. I'm going to tell you right now, there is nothing wrong with streaming on any platform. Whatever platform you choose to stream on, that's you. Go ahead, get that bag. I'm not going to rash you for it. But my major issue here is that having a website that has little to no moderation or enforcement is just as bad, if not equally worse, than having a website that has too much moderation and is super strict. And before anyone asks, the super strict site I'm talking about is Facebook Gaming. Yeah, you thought I was going to say Twitch. I'm not. When it comes to moderation, Twitch is mid at best. And I'm being generous when I say that. Let's face it, Facebook Gaming sucks. I'm not afraid to say that because it's true. Yeah. And if you are on Facebook Gaming, that's you. It's fine. Again, this is just my own 2 cents on that. But I digress. Another thing that really bothers me is that there is, in fact, blatant racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and in some cases, Nazism. Alright, and I'm talking about Aiden Ross. For the sake of this video, I am going to leave it here on the main page to kick because I don't want to punch up his stream. Don't know if he's live or not. Don't really want to see it, and I might show stuff that might not be on there. The thing that really bothers me is that you have someone like Aiden Ross who was clearly kicked off of Twitch because he was doing all the things to violate terms of service and community guidelines. He was doing and saying shit that he shouldn't have been doing and saying. He was basically shitting on other streamers that were on the platform. He was allowing people who were to be on his shows and on his streams who also shit on other streamers because they either are a woman or they have adult content that they make or based on what they wear or dress or what have you. You know? Which again is kind of a hypocritical thing because when he was on Twitch, he was talking about how he thought hot tub streams were, how he says haram, which is Islamic for forbidden. Forgive me if I get that wrong, but it means it's forbidden. But yet, if you go to his YouTube channel, you will see videos of him near a hot tub with women in bikinis in a hot tub. So I guess it's okay if it's on his terms and not on the ladies' terms. In other words, if there are women that want to join him in his hot tub and do their own thing, totally fine. But if they're in a hot tub doing their own thing, and he's not involved in that, oh, it's terrible. It's the worst thing ever. It's the greatest collapse ever. Also, I'd like to point out, there's also a Pools Hot Tub and Bikini channel, which is also on the platform. Aiden Ross has issues with women in bikinis on Twitch, but he has no problem being literally the poster child to kick and having this category here. He hasn't said a single thing about this category at all. And no, I'm not going to click on it because it's going to be a YouTube thing. It just gets me is that the type of people it's attracting. Because there is little to no moderation and enforcement is on the low end, yes, it makes it enticing to streamers, especially small streamers. It's like 95-5 split, very little moderation. The rules are relaxed. I can go ahead and do the thing that I usually do that I can't do on Twitch because I worry about getting banned or kicked off, or they've already kicked me off and they're not listening to my appeals, or they rejected it, this, that, and the other, whatever the reason. And that's fine. But there is little to no enforcement when it comes to the content that's being featured on here. If someone's breaking the rules, you have the option to mute them. When it comes to people showing up in chat, you can either mute them And you could now recently come up with reporting them. But again, there's very little moderation and enforcement here. Okay, that's a problem. Because if you've ever seen or heard about Aiden Ross's streams, you notice that he talked about how you can get away with just about anything, and then anything and everything happens on the fucking channel in his chat. There's racism, sexism, homophobia, transphobia, and even he has said some homophobic and transphobic things. Has Kick come in and said, hey, stop with this. Can you please knock this off? Give it a rest. They haven't done that with Aiden. As a matter of fact, they haven't done that with anybody. This is the thing that I'm talking about. There's nothing wrong with having a moderated site. There's going to be rules, there's going to be terms of service, there's going to be community guidelines. That's a gimme in any streaming platform, whether you like it or not. But it's all about that enforcement that makes it key. And right now, you have low enforcement, but a chance to make a shit ton of fucking money. People are going to take advantage of that. And while those people are going to be good, you're also going to have your share of bad. And I'm seeing more bad actors than I am good ones. And that's what worries me. I'm concerned for the smaller streamers that are legit just trying to test out this service and make bank with it. I don't want them to be lumped in with a platform that's like, hey, this platform promotes this, and you're on this platform, and if you're on this platform, then that means you must promote this and endorse it, and thus you are just as bad as the people. That's generalizing. Okay, and making generalized statements like that are not only detrimental to the situation at hand, but you're hurting more people than you think, and you just should not do that. Okay, to me right now, Kick looks more like a cesspool for bad actors. It's like a place where scum can just be scum. You know, it reminds me a lot of Cozy.tv, which is far right wing, it's all things bad over there on Cozy. Kick right now is not making a very good first impression. You know how the saying goes, you don't get a second chance to make a good first impression. Kick does not get a second chance to make a good first impression. If it wanted to be better than Twitch, it would have had the same type of moderation, but reasonably more understandable enforcement of it, instead of just being like, I'm going to just ban this person because I don't like this person or for personal reasons. In other words, following TOS and the community guidelines and then properly enforcing that. That's what would make Kick great. Another thing, having your own fucking interface that you custom made instead of just copying something else that someone else has done. You want to be original, be original. There's nothing original about this site. It's just Twitch the way everyone thinks it should be, but not. It's attracting all kinds of bad actors and all kinds of people that it should not be attracting. You know, you even have people who are taking other streamers' content from other platforms, putting it on there saying, hey, I am this streamer, here's my content, and there is zero way to report it, unless they see it on their Twitter channels. Okay, and right now, Twitter is a goddamn toxic waste dump, so who the fuck's gonna stay on that thing? Yeah, there is some enforcement, but they're not really monitoring this themselves. What's the Latin expression? Quis custodiet ipsos custodes. Who's watching the watchers? That's the best way I can say that. And the final thing that gets me about this entire site is who the fucking owner is. And by that, I mean as in, seriously, who is the fucking owner? I know that there are some websites that promote stake.com, and it's been rumored that stake.com started the site, but there's no official stance on it. I know Trainwrecks is the co-founder of Kick, and is also co-owner, but who actually is the other owners? Who else are involved in this? I think that's something that we should definitely look into, because people are gifting subs and they're kicking coin to this place. You know, they're kicking coin to the streamers. It's like, yeah, 95-5 split. Yeah, I'll totally do that. But the question is, how is this money getting to where it needs to go? How is this site being funded? Who's funding this thing? That's the bigger question here. I think that if you are going to be using a product or a service, you should know who is responsible for the ownership of that service. Who owns YouTube? Google. The name of the company is Alphabet. Who owns Twitch? Amazon, wholly owned company, right? Who owns Glamish? Glamish is its own self-entity, right? It's easy to look at all this other stuff. It's easy to know who owns what. There is no official stance as to who owns this service. And if it's just purely stake.com and it's trying to distance itself like being like a silent owner or something, I still take issue with it because not because it's a gambling site. I don't give two shits about gambling. Okay? People are going to gamble. They want to kick coin on games of chance and see if they can win more money back. Fine. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt others. Don't scam yourself. And don't scam others while you're doing it. Enjoy. I don't care about the gambling issue of it. It's about the activities of the gambling issue. It's a crypto gambling site. Crypto. Gambling. Crypto. If you are not familiar with cryptocurrency systems and services and the cryptocurrency markets, which are just abysmally getting wrecked with hackers, scammers, and a whole bunch of assholes that are like, let's take advantage of this. Well, I can tell you right now, I find that to be very, very, very sus. Extremely sus, because even though crypto's a fiat currency, anybody can use it. Good and bad actors can take advantage of crypto. You have hackers who will shut down and lock down infrastructures and networks of companies, computer systems, and what have you, and lock those behind malware and ransomware and say, give us this amount of crypto within 24 hours or you're fucked. I'm not saying that that's what Stake's going to do, but seriously, where is the funding coming from? Alright? It's incredibly off-putting to me. I know that everyone wants to make money off of this, and that's the reason why people are coming here. 95-5 split sounds very enticing. But the one thing that I also know, and this is something of all the things you ever heard about when it comes to streaming, this is, I think, is a very good rule. Not just for streaming, but for anything that you're doing. No matter what line of work you do, how you get your bag, whatever it is. And I don't think anyone has ever mentioned this. Don't compromise your integrity for any amount of money. Okay? It doesn't matter the job you have. It really doesn't. You could be shoveling shit off of a farm or something. Or you could be cleaning sewers. You could be doing the most disgusting, nastiest job you could possibly think of. But that job should be done where your integrity and your dignity remains intact. Alright? Seriously. It doesn't matter what the job is. Whatever you do for a living, whatever you do to make that bank, never compromise your integrity. Just don't do it. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen if you come to kick, but what I am saying is that don't just make that 95-5 split your primary focus. Don't just focus on just that. There's a whole bunch of shit going on with this site that really concerns me. It really does concern me. I am legit concerned because I can't say for certain what is going to happen if we keep on like this, because who the fuck knows? But this is just not very impressive to me. This just seems like a problem that's going to become monumentally worse. And if this problem does get worse, the last thing that I want is for smaller streamers to get caught up in the mix on that. Okay? I don't want the smaller streamers to get hurt about that. There is a shit ton of things that Kick should have in place right now. It should have had it in place before. It should have had it in place day one, and it doesn't have it. And I'm looking at it, and it's like, you don't have that. I am very worried about how the site is funded. I'm worried about all the heat that's on here. I'm worried about the people that it has promoting these services. I am worried about a lack of moderation. This concerns me. Okay? And this isn't the first time we've had a site that's done this, because Twitch has been tried and tested many a times with other sites that are trying to compete. Those sites did not take off because they could not provide what they could provide. They could not continue to keep going, and some of them didn't even get off the ground because they tried to do the thing that everyone wants them to do, but they can't do it because it's not sustainable. That's why I have issues with this platform. I'm very concerned about it. It looks too good to be true. And a lot of the stuff that it should have right now should have been installed from the jump, and it's not. And I'm very concerned about it. Now, as for me streaming on this platform, as it stands right now, Not a chance. Okay? And I'm going to make it abundantly clear. If you can choose to stream on Kick, whatever your reason, whatever platform you choose to stream on, fine. Go ahead, stream on it. I'm just giving you my 2 cents as to why I wouldn't stream and the things that concern me about the platform. I am not going to tell you where you can and cannot stream. I'm not telling you don't stream to Kick. What I am telling you is don't let that quest to get that bank blindside you from actual issues with the site or service. There is no such thing as a perfect service anywhere. Twitch is not perfect, YouTube's not perfect, Facebook's not perfect, fucking Twitter is not perfect. Kick is in that mix. It is not perfect. I just want you to be aware of that. And if you need to make a shift, if this thing goes to hell in a handbasket, be prepared. Okay? Just don't be blind or oblivious to that 95-5 split. Don't do it. And whatever your opinions are of Kick, they are yours and rightfully so. Be mindful of where you choose to stream. Because right now, even in its early stages, I see problems with it. And that's just me, but I'm really concerned about this site. And that's all I gotta say about it. Thank you very much for watching this video. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. You guys just take care, be fun, be safe out there, happy streaming, go get yours. Laters. Put your hands up,